What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Real Highlights podcast. Make sure to subscribe right now. It's free. Also, leave a 5-star review. I'm recording this one alone. That's completely fine. We have a lot of free agency news to get into, and it's only going to heat up even more as the draft and free agency comes around. We have gone into it so many times, but Dallas is rumored to be trying to trade for that third guy, and a new guy that's popped into those rumors is Zach Lavine, who I really think he'd really fit well in that Dallas group. The only problem is defense, but let's be real. Dallas doesn't need to play defense because they play offense and score 150 points. Also, in the playoffs, their defense really wasn't that bad. They were playing okay against the Clippers. I don't know how good their defense was, but they're scrappy. You know, they're going for loose balls unlike they normally are, and they're playing guys hard, like they're hacking, which is what they need to do. Some of the other guys that are rumored are Oladipo, who we've gone over, and Spencer Dinwiddie, who would help them on the defensive side, and he's also a pretty good point guard and can shoot a little bit, so he would be a pretty good guy to go after too. And if you are trying to get Giannis and you do a sign and trade, Spencer Dinwiddie may be a helpful guy. Sixers have expressed interest in Patty Mills. Makes sense. He's a pretty good role player. Can shoot, can play defense, and can dribble. The Magic want to move up in the draft. They said they want to trade Aaron Gordon, the number 15 pick, to trade up. That maybe trade up to pick 6. The Hawks want veteran help and guys who can shoot and play defense. Aaron Gordon fits into all those. I don't know how good his 3-point shooting is, but he's a veteran. I guess now it's kind of crazy. I remember him getting drafted, but I guess he's going to his 6th or 7th season now. He can shoot a little bit. I don't know how good his defense is, but he's kind of what the Hawks are looking for. Yeah. The Lakers apparently want DeMar DeRozan. That trade would most likely look like Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma. Not a bad trade. For either team, really. You know, if the Lakers really want to add that third guy, and I don't know what that would look like exactly. You know, like I don't even know how those three would play together. But if they do want to add a third guy and not a third superstar, and have that guy be DeRozan, yeah, I mean Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma trade to the Spurs would work. And Danny Green gets to reunite Pop, and Kyle Kuzma gets some help from Pop. Because he has not played well alongside AD and LeBron, but he has played good enough. He has hit some big shots. The Celtics are eyeing Drew Holiday. I don't exactly know what that trade would look like, but it would most likely involve some picks and young players, and they have a good amount of both of those. There's also been some buzz around Chris Paul going to a team like the Lakers, but another team that I find really interesting is the Clippers. Clippers did trade him away, but he would fit in really well there. They need a guy to just be that point guard. Even Kawhi was talking about it. Don't exactly know when, but it was this last year. Kawhi told Doc Rivers that he wants a good point guard. That's no disrespect to Patrick Beverley, but Patrick Beverley isn't as good as Chris Paul. Who else? Oh, the Suns are also interested, and the Suns team could be pretty good. Suns would have to give up some young guys and picks. That may be a guy like Kelly Oubre Jr., who's really good, but you might have to trade him away if you want Chris Paul. But it'd be kind of weird to pair Chris Paul and Rubio together because they're pretty similar. They're similar players. Rubio's not as good as Chris Paul, obviously, but they are similar. So, and I know Oklahoma doesn't want that Rubio contract because that Rubio contract isn't very friendly. I know Knicks are also there. I think we've gone over that though, but they also don't want to ruin their salary cap for next year, even though they probably won't get anybody. That Clippers trade would be like Lou Will, Pat Bev, and some other guys. So Oladipo asked the Raptors, Heat, and Knicks if he could join their team in front of his teammates. That's crazy. Like why would you do that in front of your teammates? And while you're also asking them to join your team, be like, I just find that kind of crazy. Personally, I would not trade for him. I think that's too big of a risk. I think you got to see how he plays and then sign him. Or if he's playing good, if he's playing really good, then you trade for him. But it's also he played bad last year, so maybe you can probably trade less for him now than if he starts playing like an all-star again. Then you have to give up more guys. So I don't know. If you're a team, I don't know. I really don't know what team that would work for. Because if you're Miami, you don't really need him either. You already have Bam, you already have Tyler Hero, and you have a good chance of signing Giannis next offseason. Same with Dallas. I mean, maybe you could do like a Tim Hardaway and a first round pick swap, which would be pretty friendly. But at the same time, Tim Hardaway is pretty good, and his contract is expiring. Yeah. And like I said, he played so bad last year where it's so risky. The Hornets want Russell Westbrook. That trade would be Devontae Graham, PJ Washington, and a pick. That wouldn't be this year's pick. See, I actually like this move for the Hornets to become relevant again. And, they might be able to trade up to 1 for Wiseman. So they would have to give up Miles Bridges. So that's them trading 3 of their young guys. But that's still a pretty good team. You have Westbrook and James Wiseman together. Makes them relevant again. Another team I really like for Russell Westbrook is the Knicks. He's going to be the guy in New York. He's going to be able to develop RJ Barrett next to him. He likes playing the whole game. Thibodeau's going to be playing 40 minutes a game. I like that move. He has a really good pick-and-roll partner in Mitchell Robinson. So I do like the New York one because he can make the Knicks relevant again, make him like an 8 seed, just like he could with the Hornets. Tim Duncan is stepping away from his assistant coaching job after 1 year. I'm not like super surprised about this, but at the same time, he started coaching, so you think he'd give it 2 years, but I also understand why he's not. He's like too much traveling for this. The Masters is going on for golf. Let's check these leaderboards. You got Paul Casey. He's 7 under. He's leading. And then you got this guy W Simpson. He's probably really good. I should know his name. Then you got, I think, Xander something. I don't want to even attempt to pronounce the last name. He's also 5 under. Then you also got Justin Thomas, who's 5 under, tied for second. Then you got H something. He's 4 under, tied for fifth with L Westwood. He's 4 under. Then you got L something. He's also 4 under. You got Patrick Reed, 4 under. Tiger Woods, 4 under. And there was a crazy fact. So if you get Jack Nicklaus, it was like 20-something years after they played their first Master. He was ranked 33rd going into it. And he came out and won it. And Tiger has the exact same ranking. It's been the exact same amount of years. So it'd be really, really, really crazy if he wins it. I hope he wins it. You also have Wolf, who's 4 under. Crazy swing. I think it's Adam Scott. Could be wrong on that. He's 4 under, and you got D something 4 under. You also have John Ram, Tony Finau, and Ricky Fowler, Dustin Johnson, Justin Rose, all tied for 13th. And you got DeChambeau down in 21st. Didn't have a good day. He double bogeyed on a hole, actually. You also have Jason Day down in 21st. Let's see if there's any other recognizable names. Phil Mickelson, 1 under, and Tommy Fleetwood, 1 under as well. Not bad. So, right before we end this episode, we are going to go over my fantasy team and who is starting for me this week. So I have Josh Allen at quarterback. I also have Justin Herbert and Deshaun Watson. Like I said, stacked league. I was trying to actually trade Josh Allen, but couldn't really get anything for him. So I'm going to roll with him this week, and then I'll probably roll with Justin Herbert for the playoffs. Mostly because he has a really friendly schedule, unlike Josh Allen. At running back, I have Aaron Jones. He's going to have a good game against Jacksonville. In my other running back slot, I have James Robinson. McCaffrey is injured once again. Sick. My number 1 pick. Fine. Once he comes back, though, like last week I had him, and it's so nice to get a guaranteed, 25 points. He actually had 37 for me. In wide receiver, I had Mike Evans. They're expecting a breakout game between him and Brady this week. Don't know why. Maybe that they got that chemistry figured out. In my other wide receiver slot, I have Devonta Adams, who's been great for me this year. I traded Will Fuller, Melvin Gordon for him. He accepted the trade. He dropped Melvin Gordon and hasn't played Will Fuller. In my tight end spot, I have Nick Fant. I don't have Jonnu Smith anymore. He's done literally nothing. So I decided to go pick him up. He's the top guy. But I do like Jonnu Smith. He was really good earlier on. I guess he had a touchdown week 9. But he had 13 points week 1, 24 week 2, 11 week 3. Week 5 he had 21, then week 6 2, week 7 1, week 8 4, and week 9 he had 11. But in those 4 games, he had 13 yards, 9 yards, 29 yards, 32 yards, and was only targeted 1 1 1 2 2. So what's that? 6 times in total. I don't know. Or he had 6 receptions in total. Just not great. So yeah, I'm rolling with Nick Fant. Maybe I'll pick up Jonnu Smith if he has a good game. Or if Nick Fant is, he's playing. He's not questionable anymore. So that's good. In my flex spot, I have Travis Fulgham. He's going against the Giants. Pretty good matchup. I'm hoping he can get a good game out of him. Hopefully Carson Wentz plays good. In my defensive slot, controversial decision. Not really, but I have the Vikings defense. They have not been good all year, but they've started to play well. This is classic Vikings. They always play well. We'll make the playoff as a wild card. We'll probably go to the NFC Championship game and lose by 40 points to Tom Brady. That's fine. In my kicker, I have Mason Crosby, the Atlanta kicker. He's on his bye. So yeah, I have McCaffrey. He's week to week. So hopefully he'll be back next week, but he is ruled out for this week. I also have Joe Mixon on my bench, who's going against Pittsburgh, and he's not even playing. George Kittle's on my IR too. I still have Austin Eckler on my IR, but I do have a trade in the works. It'll shock you guys next on Tuesday when the next episode comes out. It's going to be insane. And I have Mozart on my bench too. I also have Justin Herbert there, who, like I said, I'll be playing in the playoffs because he just has much favorable matchups compared to Josh Allen. But if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. It's free. And make sure to leave a 5-star review also. It's just really easy. Just click 5 stars, type in cool podcast, anything. And we'll see you in the next one.